This is Gears of War, the original. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So recently it was brought to my attention that Microsoft has gone back and fixed the original servers for, well, Gears of War, a game that is something like 17 years old or something like that at this current point of filming. And yeah, it's kind of a classic game. It's one of the early experiences I had on the 360. It's what actually got me to go and buy a Xbox 360 back in the day. And it's kind of amazing to be playing it again. I kind of assumed for a long time that the game wasn't playable due to a lack of players. Because you also can't play Gears Ultimate Edition anymore because there's just not people playing it, or at least I haven't been able to find matches for that one in a long time. But yeah, the original Gears of War, like, I've done a review of the game and I wasn't able to show off multiplayer then, and I just assumed it was due to a complete lack of interest from people. But yeah, I guess it was really just the servers not functioning properly, and then I've been sitting here actually the last couple days just playing the original Gears of War game. Like, if you guys haven't seen this one before, it launched what is a tentpole franchise for Xbox. It's something that has had several spin-offs, sequels, you know, I guess several sequels and then a couple spin-offs, you know, like things like Gears Pop, Gears Tactics, stuff like that. And yeah, it's kind of amazing going back and playing this original experience, because, like, you know, it's a bit jaggedy around the edges. It's not like a super high resolution, but it does have FPS boost, so you've been noticing the smooth 60 FPS. And it does feel a lot better to play, but I don't know if it's like the hosts you get or if it's just the server is still really buggy. But, like, yeah, this one is, oh wow, yeah, it's all kinds of lag and and problems and stuff like that. Some people want to complain about server issues and that, but oh, this game is just like I remember it back in the day. You'd think more superior internet connectivity of the modern era would help a bit, but I guess some things just never really do change, do they? That is for sure. I like it, you know, again, it's kind of amazing being, you know, here talking about this classic experience, because it really did help push the 360 to be the juggernaut it was. And, like, it seems so, like, archaic now, the multiplayer in this. Like, if you compare it to, you know, like, we play Gears 5 fairly often, which is the most recent one at the time. But, you know, Gears 4, 3, you know, like, just even 2, a lot cleaner in so many ways for how the multiplayer kind of works. And, you know, so much more complex. Like, this one kind of seems almost like they just took the technology of Unreal, slapped together a bunch of blocks and trees, and then, you know, had the locusts go fight the cog, which are the humans, if you're not familiar with that, on Sarah, which is the planet. Ooh, I'm gonna get this guy. And it's like, it's so hard to play shots, but I did it. That's not bad. That was pretty good. Yeah, I think that was actually pretty awesome there. But yeah, it's so hard to, like, play shots and get kills. And I keep having this issue, and I don't know if it'll show up sooner or later, but, like, when I go to throw grenades, you'll, like, teleport, and it's so weird. Like, I think 1 or 2 times I've had grenades actually probably thrown. I think that was early in the video too, but, like, yeah, usually grenades, you'll, like, go to throw them or go to aim, and then all of a sudden you'll be, like, literally teleported to another spot. I keep almost grenading myself, which is just so funny. But yeah, I've been playing really just like a good dozen or so, like, multiplayer matches of the game just to kind of, you know, get a feel for it again and kind of play it, which is kind of fun. And it literally feels the same as it did back in the day. I mean, obviously the FPS boost is like a huge, well, colossal improvement for the original Gears. Like, it does feel better, but I'm like, you know, people lagging, people quitting, people, like, doing the crab walking where you do, like, this weird glitch and jump in different ways. There's, you know, it's people being all, I don't know what's the best word to describe it, but when you down somebody and you, like, you know, enjoy some thrusting motions, all that stuff is just like it was so many years ago when I was playing this when it came out, which is pretty funny. I'm still missing my Seriously achievement, though, and I doubt I'll ever get it, because I don't think I'll be able to even find enough time to actually put in the time to get that. But, like, That is literally the only achievement I'm missing in this game. Just the one. I have everything else. All 1200 out of 1250 gamer score, so it is little. That was always the holy grail achievement, was to get seriously, and it's just like, I guess as a as a kid I should have been grinding a little bit harder, I suppose. This guy's got some good wall bouncing going on. But yeah, it's like, it's such a hive of scum and villainy. I'm just kidding. But this is the people that play this still. I'm like, oh my god. I feel like some of the names are sort of familiar too from other Gears stuff, but I don't know. Like this one right here, Jake the Snake there. I'm pretty sure I've seen this. I don't know where, but I'm pretty sure I've seen this dude in other stuff. But like, yeah, it's just all the weird fun and quirks of the original Gears of War. But like, you know, I'm just playing it years on. If anything, this one could use a real resolution bump up, and I think it would look really nice. I mean, we have Gears Ultimate Edition where they, you know, they've really revamped everything, and that one's pretty in that, but it's hard to find players. See, what this one and Ultimate Edition really lacked was the bot support, because like Gears 2 and onwards, they have bots. So like, you know, as long as the servers keep running, you can still keep playing it, even if you're playing against bots, which keeps people being able to play it. Whereas this one, you have to have enough players. That was a good kill. You have to, like, you know, as I sit here bleeding out. The bleeding out in this game was always, I think, the nastiest out of all of them, because you're sitting there just kind of like, literally, you know, the screen's all crazy, the heart's pounding, you see like the blood flowing on the ground there, and you're just kind of like helpless, and you can't even move or anything. It was just wild how that was done. But yeah, I digress as I was going on to things. It's just like, yeah, this one you have to have enough players, like 3 aside, in order to start a match. And this is ranked, by the way, too. This isn't even, there's, you know, there's like the casual, I can't remember what they call it. It's ranked, and then they had public or casual. I think it was maybe casual that they would call it. Dunna, dunna, dunna. But anyways, yeah, music's intense in this series. You'd have, yeah, you'd have the 2 options, because I think the other one came in later, because you play rank for the achievements. That's what all the achievements in all these old original Xbox 360 like launch titles, all the achievements were based around ranked play, which makes it so hard in the, you know, current era, because people just go and do public because that's where they think everybody is. And yeah, it is utterly fascinating. And I can't snipe in this game anymore. I used to be really good at sniping it, but like, yeah, I can't compensate for like the lag and the way the sniper, like the long shot shoots. It is a bit of a pain. I mean, I'm definitely putting in a valiant effort, because even in Gears, I kind of feel like mostly the long shot, it's like a supporting weapon for downing and like doing extra damage so your teammates can finish people off. But yeah, it's sort of just not my thing these days. I also find it so hard to bounce off of things. Like, I find it gets stuck, like wall, because you do a wall bounce, you go to the wall, but you don't go all the way, and you kind of bounce off of it, as to say. But like using cover and stuff. Oh, and here, I think what killed me right here was my teammate throwing a grenade that stunned me. Because usually you can get the swings of the long shot faster than people can kill you. But him throwing a grenade kind of like stunned me for a second there, if you notice that, because it puts you in a stun animation. And then, because I think that impacts teammates too, if I'm not mistaken. At least in this one. And yeah, that really kind of got me there, which sucks, but you know, it is what it is. Hopefully these guys can clean up the match. But it's just fascinating being back in this one and seeing all the weird quirks and the strangeness of it. That was a really good shot there, and it's just kind of like genuinely entertaining. Like, I've got my Grenadier Elite, and then the other match we switch sides, the one after this, where we've got Carmine on the Cog Anthony there. It's such a pleasant blast from the past. It was such a nice experience to be able to sit back here and, at least for a time, enjoy these old matches again. Hopefully we keep some people with it, but you know, obviously it's hard to. There's newer gears, there'll always be a new one down the line too. So yeah, kind of really happy with it. Absolute blast from the past. And like I said, you know, getting Chainsaw in this game for the first time basically got me to go buy a 360 back in the day. So this was such an important game, I'd say, and I can't believe how much time it's been. It's so crazy to me, and I can't believe there's even a point of me going back and doing a video, but I kind of hope you maybe enjoyed a bit of a take a look at the original Gears. I'm just going to include the second match as kind of like, guess not commentary, just so you can kind of enjoy it if you'd like to, but it's going to be Canals. This was Escalation, and then, yeah, it's Canals is such an iconic map, but I hope you enjoyed, and, you know, maybe go back and play some Gears yourself and have a good time as you battle either for the Cog or, you know, for the Horde with the Locust there, but, yeah, enjoy the magic of Canals and Gears of War with all the chains on, shooting, curb stomping, the magic, the blasts, the excitement, the shots, and just the crazy zaniness that was basically the Gears multiplayer. There's been a few things like this one since, and it is still as hardcore and ridiculous now as it was at that time. It was wild.
Then they were none.
That's my fault. Gotta avoid war though.
Got it.
Frag!
Acceptable tactical losses.
Throwing smoke! Shit, yeah!
Got him. Got him. Got him. Let's do this! Got him. Frag out!